Relationships are powerful. It's what builds everything around us.
Tinder changed the dating world forever. The app made online dating mainstream with its famous swipe feature. But now, Tinder faces big problems. More and more singles are deleting their accounts. The younger generation turns away, and Tinder's parent company loses value fast. The company that controls dating all over the world, Match Group. In 2021, it was worth 5 times more than today. How did this happen?
It seems like the app that is made for hookups has a toxic hookup culture internally.
Being fired was one of the hardest things that ever happened to me, but it was also one of the best things that ever happened to me.
Do you think you deserve to be fired for what you did?
You know, I think I'm learning.
Relationships build everything around us. Tinder's CEO claims the app is about making introductions and exploring possibilities. You might think Tinder helps you find love, but actually, that's bad for business. Each successful match means 2 fewer customers. First, Tinder mastered monetizing loneliness, prioritizing profit over people, secretly scoring users and milking desperate male users with interesting tactics. But now, it seems like Tinder is about to crash. In 3 years, Tinder will either not exist anymore, or it will look a lot different and uglier than it looks today. In any case, online dating is about to change forever. And by the way, at the end of this video, I have a message for all long-term Megalomedia viewers about an event that will take place this winter. Tinder starts as a fun way to swipe through singles nearby. Fresh, exciting, your favorite activity while sitting on the toilet. You join, matches flood in, and conversations flow. Dating made easy, right? But then the magic fades. Ads invade your screen. Messages dry up. Your only match looks like a man. Also, your swipes per day are limited. What was once a people connecting app now feels like a cash draining machine. The thrill is gone. Meeting people becomes rare. Are you doing something wrong? But there's a magic solution. Enter Tinder Gold. Promises of boosted profiles and seeing who likes you. This will fix everything. You think $14.99 a month seems worth it. It's less than my daily soy matcha latte on the way to my Big 4 accounting slave job, is what you think. At first it works. Matches, messages, dates return. But soon it's back to square one. Tinder's not working anymore. But wait, there's an ultimate solution. Tinder Platinum shows up. Even higher fees. Obviously you're being manipulated into paying for Tinder while staying lonely. But you are being manipulated in an even more subtle way than you think. Yet despite all of this manipulation, Tinder is doing worse than ever. And it's not because morality wins in the end. Morality. To get what's going on, we need to rewind and see where it all begins. Let's step away from the screen and dive into the story of Tinder, which starts way back in the early 90s. The internet was still a baby, websites are few, and dating is a newspaper thing. Enter Kramer.
Nuts! They're nuts! They know nothing!
No, not Kramer. Gary Kramer, a visionary with a bright idea. He snaps up domains like jobs.com, sex.com, probably the highest value domain name you can think of, and match.com. His plan? Move personal ads from print to web. In 1995, Kramer launches match.com, marking the birth of online dating. Back then, online dating is a niche. Why? Because it's seen as shady and costs a lot. Match.com, for example, charges $25 a month in 2001, which today would be $44. People are skeptical, and the stigma is real. But despite the challenges, Match.com starts gaining traction, slowly changing perceptions about finding love online. But then comes a revolutionary idea. The company behind Match.com, IAC, is hungry for more and starts experimenting with new concepts. At the same time, in the early 2010s, Sean Redd, a not-so-harmless graduate from the University of Southern California, navigates the entrepreneurial world in Los Angeles. He has already co-founded Adly, a platform where brands connect with celebrities and influencers to promote their products or services on platforms like Twitter and Facebook. Redd's journey to Tinder begins at Hatch Labs, a business incubator backed by IAC, where he joins a team of innovators. Redd and his co-founders recognize that fear of rejection is a major hurdle in social interactions, especially in dating. Traditional methods, whether online or in person, often leave individuals vulnerable, risking rejection without knowing if the interest is mutual. To overcome this, they envision a platform where mutual interest is confirmed before any communication occurs. This idea leads to the creation of Tinder's distinctive swiping mechanism. Left for no, right for would. Easy, free, and suddenly everyone's swiping. Tinder quickly becomes a hit. The swipe feature turns dating into a game, making it addictive and engaging. Singles flock to the app, and it becomes a social phenomenon. But from the start, there are issues: fake profiles, unwanted messages, and unhappy users. Still, the app thrives. By 2014, Tinder users swipe over 1 billion times a day, and it becomes the #1 way people meet new partners. Tinder's unique marketing strategy targets college campuses, spreading like wildfire through parties and social circles. They introduced the app to influential people in fraternities and sororities, selling it as a way to speed up the hookup process. This approach works brilliantly. Everyone seems to like hooking up, and soon the app is spreading from campus to campus, up and down the country. The growth is further fueled by Tinder's parties, where entry is granted only to those who have downloaded the app. These events create a buzz, and before long, Tinder breaks out of college campuses and into the mainstream. The swipe feature is a huge success, and Tinder's user base skyrockets. By October 2014, Tinder users complete over 1 billion swipes per day, and the average Tinder user spends nearly 90 minutes per day on the app. Tinder is at the top of its success right now. That's where the problems start. I was sitting at my desk a couple of days ago writing this Tinder script and checked my email for potential sponsors we could include in the video. The crazy thing was that 90% of the sponsoring emails we received were spam, mostly from Polish emails for whatever reason. That sucks hard though, because I'm pretty sure I have missed a couple of legit sponsoring requests like this already. I know one of the reasons I get so many spam texts and calls is because big companies can't keep our data safe. Recently, AT&T revealed that nearly all their customers' call and text records had been exposed in a massive data breach. The stolen logs also contain a record of every number AT&T customers called or texted. So even if you don't use AT&T, if someone who texted you did, then your number has been exposed. So what can you do to protect yourself? I use Aura, the sponsor of today's video. Aura will alert me if they find my phone number or any other sensitive information has been compromised. And brethren, they give me fast fraud alerts if anyone tries to use that data to access my credit or bank accounts. I also get things like transaction monitoring, a VPN, antivirus, password manager, parental controls that I never need, and identity theft insurance. I get this all in one app at one affordable price. I can also get their AI-powered call assistant that will pick up unknown calls on my behalf to screen them for spam or scams. The AI forwards legitimate calls to me, so I don't miss appointments, deliveries, and emergencies. And it protects me from harmful text messages by filtering out known spam numbers and scanning links in the message for phishing threats. To be honest, I never really cared about this, but the older I get, the more I realize I should not leave myself vulnerable to data breaches. And if you don't want to either, you can go to aura.com/megalomedia and try your first 2 weeks for free. Also linked, of course, in the description below. In the beginning, Tinder is free and ad-free. It survives thanks to its parent company, which funds it. But eventually, this investment needs to pay off. Tinder needs cash. So in 2015, they introduced paid subscriptions for unlimited swipes. Over time, more paid features are added, and it works. Revenues start to grow. Tinder, already growing fast, now also starts making money. But the competition is fierce. There are many dating apps now, mostly with the same concept: swipe left, swipe right, match. The funny thing is, the folks behind Tinder don't even mind, because most of these apps are actually owned by the same company, Match Group. Match Group is now the giant of the dating market. It owns not just Tinder and the old Match.com. From the start, they focus on ruthless expansion. In 2011, they buy OkCupid, making online dating more attractive to younger people. That was before Tinder launched. Another key platform in America, Plenty of Fish, is bought by Match in 2015. One of the biggest Tinder alternatives today is Hinge. It was founded as the anti-Tinder. The pitch? Tinder is for hookups. Hinge is for deeper connections. Well, by 2018, Match Group acquires Hinge too. Ever heard of The League? It's a dating app for high achievers like us. There's a wait list. You need to link your LinkedIn profile to prove you're elite, and the subscription is pricey. The cheapest version costs 99 euros per week. In 2022, Match buys The League as well. Today, Match owns over 45 different dating services. They cater to every niche. There's BLK for black singles, Archer for gay men, Chispa for Latinos, Upward for Christians, Stir for single parents, and many more. In the US, Match Group's apps have an estimated 60% market share in online dating. Their biggest competitor is Bumble. While Bumble is a major player, it's much smaller compared to all of Match's apps combined. Sounds like a company that can't be stopped, right? Well, Match Group's stock price crashes more than 80% since 2021. Investors are not happy. Early on, profitability is not the focus. Like many tech companies, the goal for the apps in the Match Group portfolio is to grow fast and attract users. Offer matches with attractive chats and chattises for cheap or free. But now, investors want returns, and because Tinder is such a significant part of the Match Group portfolio, it needs to show profits. That's not easy though, because behind the shiny facade, Tinder has always been rotten. In 2014, Tinder faces a huge scandal. Whitney Wolfe, an early co-founder, files a sexual harassment lawsuit against the company. She claims Justin Mateen, her ex and fellow co-founder, sent her nasty messages, and the company's culture is misogynistic.
The internet was quite literally engineered with men in mind. I'm not bashing them, I'm just saying what it is.
Wolfe says she loses her co-founder status just because she's a woman. This lawsuit splits the company, with staff taking sides and tensions rising. They settle for about $1 million, but no one admits wrongdoing. But that's not all. After leaving Tinder, Whitney Wolfe Herd goes on to found Bumble, a direct competitor with a similar concept, but a unique twist. On Bumble, women make the first move.
I think even today I'm underestimated. And I think even today Bumble is underestimated.
This leads to years of intense competition and legal battles between the two companies. Tinder's parent company, Match Group, files a lawsuit against Bumble, alleging patent infringement and theft of trade secrets. The dispute includes multiple court cases and attempted acquisitions, with both companies fiercely defending their positions in the competitive online dating market. Tinder's troubles don't stop there. They admit they don't vet users, leading to registered sex offenders using the app. This shocks many and raises safety concerns. The Tinder swindler scams victims out of over $10 million, making things worse.
I'm not this monster that everybody has created. They weren't conned and they weren't threatened. I feel bad for something that I didn't done. No, I feel bad for whatever happened to myself. I want to clear my name. I want to say to the world, this is not true.
Internal issues keep coming. Greg Blatt becomes CEO in December 2016, but gets removed after sexual harassment accusations from a former vice president. Blatt fires back with a defamation lawsuit, calling the accusations a smear campaign. The truth is murky probably, but having two top execs accused of harassment isn't good for Tinder's image. They seem to have internalized what Tinder seems to be really about. It's all about a quick bang. But probably the most controversial topic is how Tinder is forced to make its money. In 2015, Tinder is still growing, so the founders are looking to milk their client base, and they introduce Tinder Plus. The service launches with two new features, Passport and Rewind. Passport allows users to change their location, enabling them to find matches with people from anywhere in the world. Rewind, on the other hand, gives users the option to bring back a profile they've previously swiped left on, offering a second chance at potential connections. But many users feel the free app becomes worse to push them to pay. Tinder's got a whole menu of features to tempt you. Want a profile boost? That'll be $70 please. For the price of what the average brokey spends for a nice dinner date, you can have your profile shown to more people for half an hour. And let's not forget about super likes and priority likes. These turn your profile into a different color, supposedly helping you stand out. It's Tinder's way of saying, hey, look at this person. They paid extra to seem desperate. No wonder users aren't happy. But the founders and Match.com don't give an F. So far it's all going well. They are making more money than ever before. The problem is that this was just the beginning of Tinder's monetization tactics. But first people discover Tinder's discriminatory pricing strategies. They charge under 28s $9.99 for Tinder Plus, but over 28s pay $19.99. This leads to an age discrimination lawsuit in California. Tinder has to pay millions in compensation. Yet, they keep this pricing elsewhere. Older straight males might pay $34.37, while an LGBT female under 30 pays just $6.99. More accusations follow. Users allege Tinder uses gambling-like tactics to keep them hooked and spending money. Some users in the USA even sue Match Group, Tinder's parent company, for these addictive methods. Internal issues also pile up. In August 2018, co-founders Sean Rad and Justin Mateen, along with others, sue Match Group and IAC. They claim the companies undervalue Tinder so that the employee stock options are worth less. In essence, this would help them avoid paying billions in stock options. This legal fight drags on for years, ending in a $441 million settlement in 2021. A good payday for the founders and the original team. But the trouble continues, and this time it's against the big dogs. In 2019, the Federal Trade Commission (FTC) sues Tinder's parent company, Match Group, accusing them of using fake accounts to lure users into paying for subscriptions. The FTC claims Match Group knowingly exploits users by creating and sending messages from fake profiles to encourage them to upgrade their accounts. But just when you think you have heard everything, Tinder reveals one more nasty detail. Behind the scenes, Tinder's got another trick up its sleeve, a secret desirability score. This score decides how often your profile is shown and to whom. It's like high school all over again, but with more swiping and less acne. Popular kids get all the attention, while the rest of the betas wonder why they're not getting any matches. The real kicker: the less attractive Tinder thinks you are, the more you might need to pay to get noticed. It's like a beauty tax. Who knew being average could be so expensive? With all of this, you would think Tinder is raking in cash and making the Match Group one of the most profitable holding companies ever. But it's not that easy. Here's the funny thing about Tinder. Every time they make a perfect match, they lose 2 customers. It's like a pizza place that makes you never want to eat pizza again. Great for your love life, terrible for business. So how does Tinder keep you coming back for more? When you first sign up, They roll out the red carpet. Lots of matches. This is Tinder's way of giving you a taste of the good life. But then, plot twist, the matches start to dry up. You're wondering if you suddenly became less attractive overnight. Just as you're about to call it quits and delete the app, ping! A new match appears. And just like that, you're back in the game, chasing that matchmaking high. It's like Tinder's got a whole team of nerdy scientists figuring out exactly how many matches you need to stay hooked. Too many, and you might actually find the one and delete the app. Too few, and you'll get frustrated and leave. They're aiming for that sweet spot, the Goldilocks zone of dating apps. Now, let's be fair. Tinder has helped loads of people find love. It's not all bad. But remember, every time you delete the app because you've found your soulmate, somewhere in the Tinder HQ, a tiny violin plays a sad song. All in all, it's quite impressive that one app was able to revolutionize the way an entire generation is meeting their partners. And it would be a massive lie to say I've not been an avid user of Tinder in the past myself at some point. But that does not mean I would recommend investing in the Match Group, because so far it seems like a very doubtful investment. Special announcement. Last spring my company organized a workation in Bali. The concept was, let's gather some ambitious people with interest in finance and media industries. Let's rent a cool villa and let's work together in this villa on our own businesses and have some fun in the evenings too. We're going to do another workation this autumn winter, but this time in Cyprus. Cheap flights, awesome atmosphere. Last time we had creator legends like Niklas Steenfahrt join us. This time there's people like my co-founder, high performer Henning, or my friend who owns a massive investment fund. If you're interested in learning more about the workation, you can click the link in the description and find out more. And if you want to work hard towards your goals, but also want to get to know other ambitious people and learn from them, this is your chance to join.